Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar from Solo Marketer here, and in this video I want to quickly show you how to split test your funnels in System.io. Some call it split testing, some call it A/B testing. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Where you just take two elements or two pages, you pin them against each other, you see what works best, and then kind of stick with that. So yeah, we're going to talk about the functionality of it, just how it works in the back end. Also, what should be split tested, and we'll go through that stuff as well, and also why you should be split testing things. So yeah, let's get right to it. So just to start it off, yeah, we're doing this stuff on the free account, and which has like a 3 funnel limit. There's some sales page and upsell limits as well, but I like to do these things on free accounts because a lot of people are they might be starting off with a free account, so they need to know what the limitations are and what the functionalities are. But basically, yeah, this is when you go to websites, sales funnels. In this case, I have one set up where there's like a squeeze page and bridge page, sales page, upsell. So I'm going to show you like not all of these pages, but most of these pages, you can run split tests to them. So yeah, just to kind of have like the simplest kind of page, let's just open up like a basic landing page, which is this, right? Someone puts in their name and email, and they get a freebie in return. So we'll start with that page, and to set up a split test for that, well, for any page for that matter, but we'll start with this one. When you click on the page itself, then you click on A/B test, which is the same thing as split testing, and then this option kind of pops up. You can set up a variant, as they call it here, which is basically this is the initial page, and then you put it up against like a second different page, right? You're split testing it. You're trying out two different versions of something just to see which one will perform better. But in this case, as you can see, there's only one landing page. Or squeeze page, opt-in page, whatever you want to call it. You need another one to pin against this one. So in this case, for example's sake, we're just going to duplicate the landing page, right? Duplicate, confirm. So now we have two pages. Let's just name them, I don't know, opt-in page A, right? And then opt-in page, let's do B. So something like this, right? So we're going to pin page A against page B for a certain amount of time. And now that we have the second page, we can just click on, the first page, A/B test, choose a variant, and we're going to select that second page to put up against the first one. And the goal page, that essentially just means what is kind of the page, both of those landing pages, when when the form gets filled out, which page should they land on? Then it will count as if they land on this page, they've gone through the kind of like the split test. Let's click on the what is it called? The opt-in page, the bridge page. It's called bridge page. So that's going to be the results page, right? And then this thing, I not usually forget it, but I've forgotten it more than once. Let's put it that way. This one needs to be actually activated. Right now, the split test, as far as I'm concerned, it's not running. You need to actually start it, right? And then if you want to end it, you end it, confirm, right? And then the results are here, right? Let's say you run it for a week or whatever. You can, then stop it. Usually you need to get like at least a couple hundred people through, and then you are starting to get somewhat reliable results. Don't do split tests for like 20, page visits. Let's say, 10 people land on the first page, 10 people land on the second page. That's not a reliable result because the results could be, conversion rates can be 20% or 100%. That's not too, the larger the number, the more reliable it is essentially. But yeah, let's go quickly set it back up. Let's do page B, let's do bridge page, and start the A/B test, right? Currently it's running. So how do you actually share the link? Just before you go into actually like talking about what we split test, how do you know which link to share and how does it actually work? So in this case, once the split test is active, you copy the link of the first page and you share it with the world. And the people clicking on this link, System.io will automatically kind of do like a 50-50 split. Let's say 100 people come in. It will do as close to 50-50 as possible, right? 50 people land on the first page, 50 people land on the second page. So it should be pretty close to 50-50. I've never seen it deviate too much. And once they click on the link once, that's going to be on this device, let's say, they will have a page assigned to them, right? The cookies, whatever, they're going to remember. And let's say if they landed on page A first time, they're going to keep landing on that page until you reset the split test essentially. If you want to test it out yourself, do it in incognito. If you want to like click on the link a few times, right? See how it sometimes lands on page A, page B, page A, page B, right? You want to do it in incognito because it doesn't remember which page kind of like belongs to you as the end user. But yeah, first page, just copy this link, and wherever you post it, they click on it, someone will land on page A, someone will land on page B. Just and everything else will be kind of sorted out. Basically, it just does an even split. As for what to split test, we can go within the page itself, because the page A and B, currently they are the same pages, right? So let's say we leave page B as is, but page A needs to be different. So kind of like at the beginning, I guess, things you can split test. At the beginning, you can do 2 completely different landing pages. If you're like not sure, you don't have like a proven model for a landing page that works, right? Like something like this, which I think you can get a template down below for this page and this whole funnel actually. That's a free template with like an explainer video, how to set it all up. That's going to be in the description. But if you don't have like a proven format, don't have a whole lot of experience, just set up 2 completely different landing pages, just wildly different. One is like this, one is like that. Obviously within some parameters, don't go too crazy, but 2 diametrically opposing, completely different, and then run the test, right? And then you'll see, oh, one page converted at 30%, converted meaning like out of like 100 people that land, 30 sign up for the lead magnet, right? So that's a 30% conversion on the landing page. And let's say the other page converts at like 45%. So you will discontinue page A because page B is converting much better. Once you have that one page that performs significantly better than the other, then you can start split testing individual elements, right? You can duplicate that successful page, remove the old one that was at 30%. Then you can start split testing elements one by one. For each split test, after this initial crazy split test where you have 2 different pages, then you split test individual single things. Like let's say in this case, you duplicate it, 2 different headlines, 2 different angles, 2 completely different things. For the second split test, you can do, let's say one of them might have a sub headline and the other one might have bullet points like this, right? For the third one, you'll do button text. One button text will be shorter, straight to the point. Second one will be like more, more emotion based, longer, right? More descriptive. Also button colors, you can do that. And also the imaging, kind of like this, having a graphic on the page, you can split test that as well. Maybe for some, this might seem like too much of a, like there's too much going on. This is overwhelming. So you can remove this, right? You can test one page with the graphic, one without the graphic, all kinds of elements, right? You can do a page with testimonials and without testimonials, and with bio, without bio, whatever. There's like kind of sky's the limit. But those are kind of like the things happening above the fold without scrolling. Those are kind of the biggest needle movers when it comes to actually, results, not things. Don't you scroll down below, like, you don't test the footer like this thing, for example. But yeah, those are kind of the basic split tests you can do. Let's exit the page. The next thing we would be able to split test, let's continue. I guess we can leave it on, doesn't matter. Bridge page, I don't think we really can because it needs like a results page. So a bridge page is something that's like a thank you page, like a confirmation page when they sign up for a freebie. And then that bridge page tells them that there's this, this limited time offer, the product they can purchase, and then it leads them to the sales page. As far as I remember, I might have to double check, but I'm 99.9% sure that you can't really split test the bridge page because it's just a basic page. It's not like an actual, opt-in page or any other page that like converts people. But yeah, sales page, I guess order form, that would be more correct. In this case, by System.io terms, again, you can do an A/B test, same thing, second page. Essentially it's the same process, right? You choose a variant and there's like a duplicate page that you've edited, you made it different. Same thing as for the landing page. You can, I think you probably should, if you don't have a proven format, just test 2 completely different pages, right? One page will look like this, the other one will look completely different. Common one might be one has like a, all this long stuff all written. Another one would be with a video and shorter, right? One might just be long, one might just be short. There's different kinds. You also might be split testing pricing. One is $19, the other one is $29. That's a, pretty good split test to do as well, because the 19, while you make, less money per purchase, but maybe more people will purchase for that lesser price, because and that will offset the kind of like the lower price, right? Maybe that sheer quantity of people buying it because it's cheaper, that will outweigh the the more premium pricing. In this case, it's only 29. So that's another test. Obviously, every element on this page can be tested, but the main elements, like adding a video or not adding a video instead of a graphic, right? You can replace this with a video on another one. Obviously, pricing, headlines, all this stuff, that's a good thing as well. Those are some of the main things. The order bumps can be tested as well. Which one, is better, this one or that one? Order bump prices, I think, can be tested as well. Sky's the limit, even more than the basic landing page changes. But yeah, start with the big drastic things like price, for example, and then you can move on to like more nitpicky things, but try to stick to one thing, as opposed to like, oh, I'm going to change up the headline here, but also I'm going to change up the price there. So if you make like more than one change, then those split tests will not be fair, right? You change up the headline here, add a video on the other one, you're like, I don't need this section at all, right? I'm going to start with this. But I'm going to change up this headline. So don't do that. Make them as isolated as possible, like this one-for-one comparison, unless it's two completely different pages. And that's kind of like one of the few exceptions, right? But besides that, you test individual elements like buttons, headlines, images, just so they're as close to each other as possible. And there's just this one thing that's the big difference, and you want to see how that impacts the kind of like the purchasing decisions. So let's go back. Let's go exit the page. Obviously, same thing for upsell page. There's nothing more to it. I think on a free account, I think you can only have one upsell page. Let's go back. Let's duplicate, confirm. Yeah. So on a free account, that's the limit. But if you have a free account, then at least you can start testing out the first two things. And as you make your first few sales, you can upgrade to the starter plan, which is actually lower now, which I did a video on that recently. They lowered the price just to make it more accessible to new people coming in. So, but yeah, for now, with a free account, it's only one upsell page. But same thing, you can test. In this case, it's more straightforward. It's usually a shorter page, but headline, buttons, I don't know, countdown timer versus no countdown timer. You can do all kinds of things. Pricing, that's a big one. Definitely test those things. There's a million things you can test, but make sure that for each test, you have at least over 100 people going to each version. But ideally, you want to have more than that. But yeah, that's the whole point of split testing. You want your funnels to be as efficient as possible. You don't want people, let's say you create a landing page and it's like, and it converts at like 25%. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not that good. So you want to up those numbers. You want to take it from 25 to 40%, 50%, 60, right? That's not an uncommon thing to take like a basic opt-in page to up to like 60% and sometimes even more. So you want to basically make it as efficient as possible, right? You want to, after you run the tests, the next 100 people that come in, you want to convert 60 of them, not 25. That's why you do these split tests. But that's kind of the short version. If you have any more questions, make sure to comment below. I respond to every comment the best way I can. If it's like a broader topic, I might make a video on it, which I've done several times. And yeah, definitely the template that I was showing in this video, you can find it down below in the description, pinned comment maybe as well. Go check that out. It's completely free. Comes with an instructional video, how to set all of this stuff up, this whole funnel thing, kind of like connected to a course, how to set up a product, all that. So that should be there. And at the end of the video, you'll probably see a couple thumbnails that will talk about other split test options on System.io, which is more email related, in case you want to split test your email broadcasts or email sequences, campaigns in this case. You can check those out as well. But yeah, that's it for this one. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.